Okay, for those of you who remember, I actually enjoyed the first Pitch Perfect movie. So, let's review the sequel. Pitch Perfect 2. So Pitch Perfect 2 is a sequel to Pitch Perfect. No shit. And this movie starts out feeling like it's just more of the same that we saw from the first Pitch Perfect movie. They're having a performance and then something really embarrassing happens. So they're kind of blackballed from acapella, but they were like, hey, if we win nationals, can we still do acapella? So they're given the green light, so now they have to get back into it. It's one of those movies that feels like the sequel's the byproduct of the success, which happens a lot, and usually it's kind of camouflaged into there. If it's masterfully made, hopefully you can hide the fact that it's just made to make money. I get that it's a business, but it's just apparent in this movie. But there were things that I really enjoyed about this movie. First of all, the acapella. I like acapella. I like music. I like tapping my foot. I like a good beat. This movie has that, and I was enjoying it, and I was into it. Anna Kendrick is great in this movie. Rebel Wilson, she does more of the same stuff, but she's really good at doing the same stuff. So until she becomes Melissa McCarthy and I get sick of it, I'm gonna enjoy Rebel Wilson. But all in all, the movie gets really sloppy. First of all, they've lost their mojo. They've lost their synergy and their ability to work together when they've apparently won the championships for the last 3 years in between these movies. Now they gotta get their mojo back, so they go to boot camp. It's just a way to shoehorn characters from the first movie into the second movie. And all of this is happening and is taken away from the interesting things that were happening in the movie before. Seriously, you're watching it, you're like, can we go back to Anna Kendrick's job? Anna Kendrick in this movie, she has an internship because she's kind of looking to, okay, I want to do things in the world. School's not going to last forever, which is actually a good arc to do in a college movie. It's like, what do we do after college? So she's at this recording studio and her boss, I believe is Key from Key and Peele, Obama's anger translator, that dude, yeah, he's in this movie. The guy is funny. This is the funniest I have ever seen him. Dude was hysterical. Every scene he was in, he was completely crushing this scene. But it's a small part in the movie. It's this little internship thing that kind of happens. Then when she's not there, I'm like, can you go back? Because that's the best part of the movie. Skip out on your acapella, mate? Sure, if it means we can go back and see more of that dude's monologues. And to be honest, I wanted this national championship to be this big thing. And there were a couple of good segments and they had, you know, the feels. But it wasn't like B-Rabbit versus Papa Doc at the end of 8 Mile or anything like that. It wasn't like this 5-stage boss fight where you're like, oh yeah, we're here for like 15 solid minutes. I guess that would get a little taxing and exhausting, but I just wanted to see more. In the end, it happened. You enjoy it for what it was, then the movie ends. And a lot of jokes in this movie, they just beat over your head. They overuse the joke. The Mexican girl makes Mexican jokes. The little Asian girl, we know she's weird. She's kind of crazy maybe. Every scene there's Asian girls in, she has to do something weird and creepy. There were a few characters in this movie that had that. It's just like, dude, I get the joke. I really do. Now, can you stop and get back to the acapella, or at least have Anna Kendrick go back to her internship so we can watch that and laugh? Guys, simply put, Pitch Perfect 2 had a lot of what was in the first movie to a point where they're just recycling a lot of stuff in the first movie. I won't deny it, the music was catchy. The best part of the acapella was actually about halfway through the movie. There's like this little battle thing that they do, like a 5-on-5. Really cool stuff. In fact, it was better than the acapella that was at the end of the movie. Things I enjoyed, things I didn't. Not as good as the first one. I will say, if you really loved the first Pitch Perfect, maybe like I have a cousin, she loves the first one. She is going to love this one. You enjoy that movie, you teenage girls, you. But for me, Pitch Perfect 2 would be a better time if I were drunk. Yeah, no, it's a party. The trailer to Gem still sucks though. Alright, so Pitch Perfect 2, have you seen it? What did you think about it? Whatever you thought, comment below, let me know. And as always, if you like what you've seen here and you want to see more, click right here to see more.